Good morning. Good morning. Today is Friday, June 13th, and it's a really bad Friday, the June 13th, right? Because now we're under a another war situation with Iran and Israel, and as we know, that puts a lot of panic in the market. And I just want to go ahead and do a market overview so you can understand what I see that could potentially happen technically. So let's get to it. This is the 12-hour chart, and we see this long candle wick, right? It tapped us out at 103. We could potentially see this get filled again today, right? Depending if we don't see a de-escalation. And we didn't get that this morning. A matter of fact, Trump announced that he said to Iran, if you don't make a deal and sign the nuclear deal, it's going to get a lot worse for you, and you better do it before there's anything left. Meaning, Israel is going to go ahead and destroy Iran. Obviously, this is a domino effect, right? Because the same way Donald Trump backed Israel, we understand that Qing from China might do the same thing, and Israel might do the same thing. I'm sorry, Russia might do the same thing for Iran. So, this is something that it's developing now. I mean, we're in the beginning of the hours of getting the news, and now we have to see what long term or midterm effects this is going to happen. It's going to have or linger in the market. But depending on what continues to develop during the day, we might see this candle again get filled back to 103. So if we turn on the EMAs, but it doesn't stop here. If this continues to escalate instead of de-escalate, we could potentially go to the zone here. And as you can see, this is on the 12-hour. This has an imbalance that needs to be filled. So we might even see 99,500, okay, to tap this 200 moving average on the 12-hour time frame. So it all really depends on how this develops, and if things worsen and it starts to escalate instead of de-escalating, it's going to get a lot worse. So that's on the 12-hour. This is, obviously this is looking into, a little more of like what could potentially happen over the weekend. Let's go down to the 4-hour. We're seeing the zone. This is the zone that I had, which I've been having for a couple of days already, and it's tapping out the zone here on the 4-hour. And if we turn on the EMAs, it's sitting right above the 200 moving average. This is my 50. Then again, if we see positive de-escalation today, we might even see market break this. There's this zone here and tap the 50. And like I say, this is the things that make it a little complicated when trading, right? When you're trading news of this magnitude, of such as war, it puts a lot of panic, right, in the market. I posted the futures last night with gold and with oil, and gold has gone up 1.38 percent, and oil has gone up about 8%. Last night it peaked at like almost 10% last night. So we might continue to see this to go up here, and we might see gold to continue to go up here as well. Filling up this candle that it did yesterday, and with gold we might see the same thing continue to go up. It's sitting right now at 3,449. But yeah, war is one of those things that I tell people. If you're gonna trade, scalp the panic sells. Scalp them, and you buy in the recovery, right? And depending, if you're gonna be buying in the recovery, you wanna make sure that if you're gonna be using leverage, that you're at the bottom. I always recommend scalp the sales, with leverage, scalp the shit out of them, and once you're going to start buying, just, if you're going to start using leverage, you want to be as close as possible to the recovery so you don't get blown out. And if you're not too confident that you're at the bottom, but you still want to buy in, just buy in at spot. So that should always be the case, with war, is like, scalp the sells, scalp the panic, and buy the recovery, buy into the recovery. And that's one of the methods that it's used. I've used it in the past as well. and it works. And as we can see, it's tapping out here on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 1 hour to see what's really happening. 30 minutes, yeah, it's hitting the 50 moving average, and it's hitting this zone here as well. So we might continue to see, like I mentioned, we might continue to see bearish sentiment, depending on what we hear, depending on when we hear other countries say. We have to wait what Russia needs to say about it, China needs to say about it, and obviously what the United States needs to say about it, and Israel and Iran. And that's how we stand right now. But yeah, with war, you want to be as cautious as possible. If you're going to be trading it, you can scalp the panic, scalp the shit out of panic. And when you're going to be buying in the recovery, you want to be as close to, if you're going to be using leverage, you want to be as close to the bottom as possible. And if you're not too confident about it, just buy in that spot. So that's my intake for today. And I hope that this gets resolved quickly so we can continue on our trajectory here. All right, guys, so that was a quick market update, and I hope you guys have a great day. Later.